So moving on to spoilers, the discussion section of Toradora. Let's go. Let's get at it, guys. Let's get at this.
Why is the mom the most developed character at the end?
The mom is she gets quite a bit of her moments there.
I was genuinely intrigued at that point.
I was crying at that point. Okay, here's what I have to say. Everything that has to do with the romance of the story, I massively disliked.
I despise the fact that they try to dress up Taiga as this perfect princess around Christmas. And then it's not like, oh, she's like that, and then she turns back. No, she's like that, and she stays that way. And it's an excuse for her to just change on it. Fucking.
No, but here's my issue with it. And I brought this up before. And I would have greatly appreciated this anime if it wasn't about the two main characters getting together at the end.
Yeah.
I would have greatly appreciated of it if it was two characters who didn't have who basically didn't have those family figures in their life coming to become those family figures in their life.
Now here's the thing. The show openly says, hey, that's not good. Yeah. You shouldn't be doing that.
The show is... I think that's one of the reasons why this show is as popular and as liked as it is as much as it does these things that are obviously, not okay, it acknowledges that they aren't okay, and it's like, this shit happens anyway.
Dawson,
Not everything.
No. Because the amount of fucking abuse I saw in part 1, I am never going to forgive.
Okay, I gained some weird perspective on that recently because I rewatched Origaru, which Andrew and I both greatly enjoy.
Yes.
And the first season of that
is weird.
I like the first season, but going back to it, there's some things I forgot about. One of them being the fact that
the teacher would hit the shit out of him.
Yeah, just punches 8-Man in the stomach, and I didn't remember that part of it at all, and I'm like, this is weird.
But
and
isn't 8-Man, or isn't that show a bleak satire?
Kind of.
This show is supposed to be a romantic
because
comedy.
Because the thing is, there's synergy and teamwork necessary.
We don't need to go into that right now.
My favorite fucking character in the world.
Ow! Fuck.
Oh shit! Sorry.
I'm good. That was my fault. Ow! Fuck.
You okay?
Yep. Keep going.
Connor's toe moved somewhere it shouldn't have moved.
Jesus Christ. Keep going.
But yeah. Basically,
I'm so sorry, Connor. I apologize greatly.
I feel like a lot more shows do abuse pretty heavily to for a comedic extent. It's a really prominent...
It's a thing, and then once it starts getting serious, it starts getting less and less.
Yeah. It's shows kind of grow out of it, but they all start that. Not all of them, but a lot of shows start that way. And then steadily move away from that as they grow up and mature. It's just writers leaning on established tropes in the beginning.
I know, I'm just saying you were giving it credit for pointing out things that are fucked up. And I was like,
no, but here's the thing.
Enough.
That's the thing where
it does it quite a bit though.
I don't know. As I would have greatly appreciated if they became in those because it's like you don't have a sibling and then you meet somebody who's just very similar, who's like a brother to you, and that's that's the same situation that I would have where I would have preferred that situation where they it became kind of like this sibling relationship of they lacked family.
So you disagree with the blue-haired girl that that's creepy, stop playing your game thing.
I think to the extent that they had in the show, no, yes, it got to a very creepy-ish extent of no, you're not because
he was getting jealous.
Because he was getting jealous and the romantic aspect started kicking in.
Yeah, it was more the whole romance was kicking in.
Because the thing is, the reason why she said that is because he's treating her like this daughter when he obviously has feelings for her.
Yeah.
When I would have preferred for it to be in a very familiar role. Because don't give me 22 fucking episodes of him trying to chase after this girl, and then right when they get to the part where they're about to do the whole confession stuff like that, they just go nah, you like her better.
Yeah, so, it's not just on the rebound or anything. It's no, I actually don't like you anymore, even though you like me back at this point after all that work.
Yeah, I mean, that, at this point...
Also, she's kind of liked him the whole time or something like that. I don't know.
Kind of.
No, yeah, the thing is she's always liked him the whole time, but, like, she knew the whole feelings of Taiga thing, so she didn't...
Taiga didn't like him the whole time, that's for sure.
Oh, she definitely
No,
did.
At the beginning, they didn't even know each other. That was
I mean, not the entire time, but starting...
She was, like, dependent on him, and she wasn't even, like...
starting around probably the swimming arc or so.
There was a phrase that I found myself saying while I was watching this is, I just don't care. I just don't care about the, like, I didn't say, I stopped caring about these characters.
I wanted no one to win at the end.
I didn't like, these characters, like, I go into animes and I like characters, I like plot, I like ending, and stuff like that. Those are the things that I go into anime for. I like those things. And then when you go in, I was like, I just don't like these characters. I really don't like these characters at all. And, like...
Again, I really enjoyed the side cast, like
background
characters.
Those guys were amazing, because I was like, I want that glasses guy to, like, try to get the girl, because that was just such a great, like...
I was pretty hyped when, like, I looked on the little description below. It's like, oh, these characters gonna fight. I'm like, shit. And you know how I don't know characters' names or whatever. So I was like, I was so excited when it turned out it was the little side characters getting a fight. I'm like, oh my god, it's not the main cast.
No, and I like the part where it was like the blue hair girl had a girlfriend the entire time, and then they're just like, what the hell, man? And like, wait, you had a girlfriend the entire time?
Oh, it was the whole time?
Well, like
he just said it was his girlfriend. I thought he just got a girlfriend.
He probably got it recently. But he
he liked the other girl before.
Yeah, but it was just one of those facts. So I was like, I like that the secondary cast, and that's the thing that I like about anime secondary cast.
I enjoy shenanigans, honestly, and they were like the ones who brought that to the table.
Brought out the shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't consider punching people in the face shenanigans.
So. Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Again, like when I thought of the themes that I liked about this show, none of it had to do with romance, and like the parts that made me tear up was not the romance aspect. And there was so many good points about this show which made it boost up for me.
Yeah.
But the fact that this is a romance just killed it for me. Because I was like, I would have greatly appreciated that story of like, okay, I would have like, it would have been great of like, okay, so the glasses guy actually just moved, like he moved on and then she was late. I like that whole plot point. Yeah. And then I like the aspect of them having the fucking beat out fight in the classroom, bloodied with swords. And I'm like, oh my god, this is what is going on here. That was pretty entertaining.
You know, Dawson, I totally agree with you though. Minorin sucks.
Yeah,
she's
a pretty bad character.
Second half, she was garbage.
Yeah.
She was convenient at best.
Because the thing is, she like I greatly enjoyed the character in the first half, and then they lost everything that I liked about
Let's add all the drama to her that like wasn't even built up before.
She gave them all of her money. And they didn't use it, and they never gave it back to her.
They did.
They did
not.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
In my head, they did not.
That's a small rich. Why would she keep it?
Discrepancy. I don't know. For me, I wish I liked this show more so I could defend it to a greater degree. Because I really can't, but I really do stand by the fact that as much as the show is like heavily flawed, it's still charming in certain aspects and is definitely worth something as a show. There's two scenes that I really liked coming out of this show. The first one is the fight with swords.
That was amazing.
That was great.
Fun.
It was stupid and it was great, and I just love the fact that she just drops everything and runs in there and goes for the fight. And that was awesome.
Where did you get the kendo stick?
Dude, you don't need to question these things.
No, I was making that joke.
And it actually turns the glasses guy back into that guy's friend again, which actually makes it a lot more interesting. Yeah. Because when he was just like this weird character they see every once in a while and was like this... I don't know, he reminded me of the character from School Rumble or whatever that one is that the girl likes, who has literally no personality.
The one that I talked about last week with the curry, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I agree, like, and he totally isn't that in the second half. In the second half, he totally just becomes the friend character. Yeah. And I love the friend characters. They're, like, the most interesting characters in the show.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that fact. if they went with the fact that he just moved on and he goes to America to go be with that other girl, like that's a great plot point. That's the stuff about like timing involved, and in a romantic aspect, that's a thing that I like, where everything's about timing, and that would have been cool. And then you would have the other, and then her helping him out with that. But no, she has to get her cake and eat it too. Yeah. Like, I was getting frustrated. I was watching that and like fuming because I was just like, oh, go chase after that girl. But no, I want to be by your side. But no,
Which part?
It's the part during the Christmas arc where she's like, she's sitting there all depressed because she wants to be by his side, but she also wants to have him like next to her at all times, or like she wants to have him end up with the other girl, and like,
well, she was trying to be selfless and hiding her own emotions, and that's what everyone like tried to force her to confront at the end.
No, but it's like
that was kind of the point.
She's trying to like, it was one of those times where I don't know what the context was, but I had that phrase of like, she wanted her cake and she what's the phrase? God damn it!
To have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she wanted.
I mean,
obviously,
that she wants that though. Like, I think it'd be surprising if she didn't. Like, she wants to keep her friend, but she also wants the guy. Like,
but like,
why? Who wouldn't want that?
But but that's. I mean,
obviously, you can't have that most of the time in many case scenarios. But who wouldn't want that?
I
still
you like Yui in Origaru.
Yeah.
That is her exact thing.
Yeah.
I don't get why he likes Taiga.
Huh?
I don't get why he likes Taiga.
Oh, I don't either. I don't really like Taiga. But bringing this back...
I don't give a shit about her or her family, honestly.
Bringing this back to the two scenes I really did like, both of them, weirdly enough, include Taiga. Because as much as I don't really like Taiga that much, the first scene is the swords. And
the first scene would be despicable in real life, but since it's an anime, it's fine.
Since it's anime, it's great. And the second scene I personally really liked was the first kiss scene. I thought was actually really well done.
Hold the bed covers over my head bullshit?
No, not that. Just the again thing.
Oh.
Was that how it went? I was trying to rewatch the scene.
I like that so much better in Steins Gate.
Did they do that in Steins Gate?
They did that in Steins Gate, and I greatly enjoyed that one.
I think I just don't like tsundere characters.
Because the thing is, okay.
Like, because I really don't like Taiga.
No,
okay, there's by far
I like tsundere characters, and I didn't like Taiga. And it's not because of the hair.
I looked online, and everyone's like, she's tsundere to the max. I don't know.
Yeah, she's like ridiculously tsundere.
She's Sun. Like, she's Sun.
She's got the dere.
No, I don't. There's
she
nothing
does have
dere.
the dere.
No,
there's a lot of dere.
Christmas, on Christmas, she's dere.
No, because here's the thing.
She's on Christmas. You know how there's like
every
that stupid
time
saying,
she looks away, or says thank you, or anything like that, the occasional thing. Blushing. That's the dere part.
But so,
like, she's got it.
Okay, wait a second. There are three things that I have to bring up because we keep rolling through it but I want to talk about that. First, the whole thing about the Yui thing. I don't understand that. And the thing is, I feel like I like that in the as Connor said it earlier. It's in the context of the situation.
Yeah.
It's probably because I greatly enjoyed those characters more.
Yeah.
And for me, it made more sense.
They're much better characters.
And it made much more sense in that scenario.
I really like Origaru.
But it made much more sense in that scenario comparative to what like in this scenario. I think
it made just as much sense. I think the only difference is how much your attachment to the characters.
No, but also again, I'd rather prefer the story where she doesn't do that.
Oh,
and also the bullshit where she runs out yelling his name, and then lo and behold, Minarine's just standing right there.
Oh yeah, why the fuck was she there?
She didn't have to be there.
That's not the party by
That's not the route to school.
Dude, don't they walk to school together?
Yeah, but that's not the route. No, but that's not the route to school.
She doesn't like stop by Taiga's house and say, "Hey, Taiga, let's go."
Here's the perception I had is that there's like a junction point where they go from opposite directions and they go there.
And then they
because
meet.
That's the way that I see it.
Maybe that's as far as Taiga ran before she burst into tears.
No, because she's right outside her apartment building.
Yeah. I mean, was there a reason for her to be going to?
No, there was no reason.
She should have been going to school. She should have been like halfway there.
She should have been walking to school, not walking to her house.
Yeah.
No, because So that was one of the ones where I was like, oh,
like, think
wow.
about it. Taiga knocked on her door, then had to walk all the way from her house back to her own house.
Yeah.
And that time she could have already left him and doing shit. And then Tiger's just sitting there forever.
Yeah.
Like, waiting for Santa to come. And then he has to run all the way back from school to get to her. I don't know.
It's quite a ways to go.
So, I don't know.
But again, it's the greatly appreciated the context. And then the kissing scene. Again, probably again the context where I like the context in Steins Gate because the again line is much better in Steins Gate with the context involved and then just like, I don't know.
Because in Steins Gate they were kind of denying that it was actually happening.
No, because I'm trying to be vague about Steins Gate, but the whole
I haven't watched it.
The whole thing about it is the whole thing.
I'm now wishing I would have so I can
in Steins
compare
Gate, they're
this.
not wearing a fake wedding gown and like already proclaiming they're married.
No, because it was during
because
remember in Steins Gate it's during the pivotal moment, and then it was the whole thing of like. They added the science involved of just like I want to burn this memory in our memories.
Now you're spoiling it. Okay,
like no, I just want again I'm just being very vague about it where it's just the whole it's just like trying to burn this in your memory, and like that's the whole context of the again.
Yeah,
and I just wanted there to be a non-romantic excuse.
No, I just didn't. I like that context, and I didn't like the context here.
Dude, there was that was such an excuse. It was insane. In Steins Gate, that's the point.
No, but I would have preferred it if they just like kissed instead of doing. I don't know.
Okay.
I really liked it. I thought it was well done, and I thought it was one of the better parts of the series. I didn't like the whole we're gonna get married thing. That was silly to me.
That's bullshit.
People overreact like that, but
people don't act that way.
Okay, to be fair, neither of them had very like normal childhoods.
No, that's true.
It definitely lines up with the plot.
And I fucking love the parallel of him and his mom at that exact moment.
Yeah, that was the good part about all of that.
Again, mom is most developed character. It's like the most interesting character because of that. It like makes sense. She's like. Jesus, how young was she when she had him?
Pretty damn young. Because she's still really young.
Dude, straight up, she turns to him and goes, everyone wanted me to abort you. It was like...
well, shit. Yeah, that'd be quite the thing to
everything just makes sense. She's like really... I don't know, I liked her a lot.
Yeah, she's really interesting.
No, like I said, okay.
And then Taiga's mom comes, I'm like, who the fuck?
Like, why are you here?
I don't care.
No,
never see this character.
That was one of the main aspects that I saw in there's two things I have to bring up. The one of the aspects in the thread that I read, it was basically them just going like, hey, like I don't like the fact that literally like the whole confession thing with the Minarine, and then literally within 10 minutes runs out and then like whole confession, let's run away together. Like there was like the time in between those thought processes were very short.
Oh, I was expecting like a graduate ending, honestly.
Oh God, I got some White Album 2 flashbacks from that.
The only part of the ending I didn't like was like the very end part where she like goes away for a while.
I didn't really mind that part. Like I thought,
I didn't hate it. I thought it was kind of dumb, but it didn't.
No, it made sense.
I didn't hate it.
She should have at least told him like I need to go deal with my issues instead of leaving him.
Exactly.
I loved her fucking little presumptuous speech at the end. And Taiga's just like, look how deep I am by sending you a picture of a star bullshit.
Okay.
And then blue hair girl walks in and goes, bullshit.
Yeah. It's great.
No, okay, so that's what I have to go into it, is the themes that have nothing to do with romance, except for the timing one that I mentioned earlier, but the themes that I liked were family and, like, loneliness. Those were the two things that, like, they hit me, and I was like, yeah.
Okay, one of the reasons I started to despise the other two girl characters at that point, it's like, I can understand their motivations, and I felt like they were rushed, but at the same time, like, everyone was abandoning MC at one point. It was literally just like, yo, I just want someone to talk to, and all the girls would just turn around.
Yeah.
Like, when has he, like, ever hurt them for, like, an actual... Like, when has he ever actually hurt them?
He's been...
And they just all turn their backs on him, like, horribly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this class is the most amazing class ever, guys. It's the most perfect.
Like, Taiga's best by default at that point.
No, but so the aspect of like loneliness, I was like, that's such a great topic because it's like, at least something like I know of like tackling like stuff like that myself, and I understand like okay, I get that, and I understand I like that theme, and I like the single star in the sky thing, but I didn't like what their interpretation of it was. She's looking down on us.
No, that was a joke. That was the
no,
the
and then
one.
the other one was be your shining bright star and shine brighter.
She's saying she's not giving up because like in the darkness it's hard to see light, but it's there. That's
Okay, because my interpretation, I liked it better of the whole loneliness aspect of a single star by itself, lonely.
That sounds so emo. She just sent it to that and goes, "This is my pain."
No, but this is that was me, and now I'm sending it to all of you to show that I am no longer like that. I have friends. I have people that I connect to. I'm no longer alone.
Why would you send a picture of the past instead of a picture of the present in that like metaphor?
It's a metaphor.
But I know, but if you're using that metaphor...
I liked my interpretation better, Connor.
You're sticking with it.
Okay.
Sticking to his guns.
And I like that interpretation of loneliness because that's what the main theme of the show is loneliness in family for me. And if they stuck to loneliness and family and not the romance aspect, I would have greatly enjoyed this.
I also enjoyed the part... So, continuing on from the whole, like, I hate what they did to the characters. I enjoyed the part at the end when you had the harem losers cat fight.
Oh.
That was kind of fun. I was like, hey, the whole harem's here, and, like, Taiga's not fighting.
They're back.
Because she knows she's the winner.
Exactly. She doesn't have to fight. It always is funny when the entire harem gathers.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm just...
I wanted Red Girl to kick the blue hair girl's ass, not because I was cheering for her, but because she's an athlete, so I feel like she should have had more strength, and just realistically, she should have won that fight.
Yeah.
But, okay, the ending aspect, I
also,
guess...
Also, the straight gangbang, like, vibes I was getting from the moment when they're, like, tell him the truth. They're, like, blocking all the doors and shit. I was like, Jesus, guys.
Yeah.
How is this your decision to
God
make
damn
here?
it, that's like... That goes back to, like, Nagino of, like, let's all just...
Actually, okay, I felt like it was more, like, okay here because they were all getting hurt from this going on like this.
Also,
it
felt pretty high schoolish to me, like people getting in each other's business for no reason.
Yeah, they're still being little shits.
Yeah, they're still being little shits, but I definitely...
Okay, so I'm gonna just...
They had their faces up, we're doing the right thing here.
So, so the ending now is a thing that, while we didn't start with the ending this time around, but the ending is the hotly debated... I actually got the ending spoiled on me, like the full sham wow.
I'm pretty sure I watched the ending the first time I ever heard of Toradora.
Really?
I swear. I was just like, okay, I wanted to know how the romance ends. And there was nothing at the... I literally saw the last part of the ending, I'm like, what the hell? How is this romance? And then I never watched the show.
No. Here's the part I got spoiled on. I literally got it the whole sham wow of her leaving to go to the family thing. And now actually watching it in context, I greatly appreciate that. Like, okay, that's actually pretty nice because she comes back and stuff like that. I just don't like the whole let's go elope thing business of this. And again, I guess
drop it in 5 seconds.
But I guess
they figure out it probably was a bad idea.
Spur of the moment. The mom runs away in like retaliation.
I know.
She's like,
so here's the thing. I actually was thinking about this the whole time where I was actually walking back because I knew what the ending was, and I've been thinking about this. And you're right. I greatly enjoy an anime if the ending is good, and I enjoy the ending. It's because I don't feel like I wasted my time. Because with a bad ending, I just go, what was that all for? Like, what was the point? Like, you did all of this, you did all this build up for what? And that's what made me mad at, like, the whole build up with like the red hair girl is literally you spend like 20 episodes of him fawning over her, and then just
she gradually just gets worse though. I don't
okay. With the red-haired girl, she's just she started out pretty
her also random bullshit just gets grating. It has nothing to do with the story. It's just like killing 5 seconds at a time. Yeah. You're like, why did she say that? It doesn't add anything.
I never liked red-haired girl, but I completely disagree on the subject of endings. Like, I really don't care how a show ends as long as it doesn't do something absolutely horribly and horrendously dumb. Like
Dude,
for
if
me,
that show didn't end well, I would have despised it. Like, if it didn't get better
No,
as
the
it
thing is,
went,
I said, that was before I watched the context. And then when I got it, I was like, okay, I can appreciate that ending.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate the story for being about family and loneliness and not about romance.
Yeah.
Because that, like I said, I turned around on it where I was really despising it until I came to that conclusion of, these are the themes I'm going to take away from this show.
Yeah.
Not anything else. There's just those themes.
I'm just saying, not even in reference to this show, just in general, I don't care about endings.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I
the
get
show
that.
can end
and like
however it wants to end.
But that, like,
And
that's
I
the
really
that's the
don't
main
mind.
difference between the two of us is that
Yeah.
I do.
I greatly appreciate an ending because, again, I don't feel like I wasted
See,
my time watching.
I'm in the
Yeah.
middle here. I really want a good ending, but an ending will not save a show. Like, at all.
Like, okay, it doesn't save a show for me. Endings don't save shows for me. Like, I've never had a moment where I've despised the show and I got to the end and I went, okay, I feel better about this show now because I watched to the end. Because there are shows where there's shows where I agree where you need the bigger picture, and that's the difference between me really enjoying endings and the bigger picture. Where you have shows like Samurai Flamenco and Punchline where they require everything and not just a snippet of it.
Yeah. See, for me, shows like that, the learning about stuff later, like, as cool as it is to, like, piece everything together after they've given you all the information at the end and, like, reference it back to the beginning, I usually don't like those shows near as much as other shows just because I like getting my information, like, steadily as I go and piecing things together that way.
Well, I like it when they do tons of foreshadowing and stuff like that and, like, foresight, and then you get to the end and then just things click together. It's more like you're getting the information as you go along.
Yeah.
But it's when they click.
Okay.
It's when they come together of like these aren't just random plot points that were just presented.
Yeah.
And dropped.
That being said, I feel like both Toradora and Punchline have this issue that while they're setting up all these characters and while they're going, hey, look at all these characters, it's just boring. I couldn't deal with those first episodes on either show.
No, yeah.
Like,
they're both. I'll agree with that. Maybe not. I probably didn't think either of them were as boring. The first episode of Punchline's great.
Yeah.
But I thought either of them were quite as boring as Connor did.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree that I didn't
they
enjoy
weren't that good, though.
the first episodes of either one of those very much at all.
But yeah, I mean, like...
And
like,
that greatly dropped the ratings of both of them for me.
Yeah, and that's the thing where I go by endings complete picture where Steins Gate's like my favorite anime.
Yeah.
And it's not because it's the like number one anime that everyone's like, oh, Steins Gate's so great.
Yeah.
I went into that totally blind and going through that entire show, coming in throughout, getting towards the end and just going, oh, like looking back and just going, oh, I saw all those foreshadowings and stuff like that, the foresight beforehand, and then things kind of just click together.
Yeah.
And it's when the things come together at the end. And when I was walking back earlier today, just thinking about the ending without context, and I was very angry without context, but coming from it, I thought about like my top 5 favorite animes, and each one, it's all things that just come to a head, come to a culmination of, yes, we built up all the way towards this moment.
Yeah.
It's the rising action to climax. It's the moment in FMA when all of the characters are all fighting together. These people who are all enemies beforehand, all fighting together. It's the moment in Gurren where they're in Galaxy Breaker, Gurren Lagann, Tengen Toppa with the gigantic drill, and then piece by piece coming apart, and you see as each piece coming apart. And again, those are the stuff that I like.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm so wrong.
It's kind of funny because if I think of like my top 5 animes, like number 1 you have Hyoka, which is just slow character growth over the series of short, like not episodic, but like these short sections of mysteries that need to be solved like within the course of a year, and there's never a big culmination moment. Like there is a culmination moment at the end, but it's more like, okay, you've been watching this character grow, and then finally you get to the point where the character himself realizes he's grown. Like, you've seen it happening, and you know what's happening the whole time. And then, as another one, you take Hibeki. Like, in Hibeki, yeah, at the end they come together and they have this big... They do their performance, and, I mean... Yes, they win. Hibeki spoilers, guys. They fucking do it. They get the goal.
Oh, you motherfucker. You spoiled us on Hibeki.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could have figured that out. It wasn't, like, that hard to figure out. It's more about the characters... growing throughout that entire aspect, throughout the entire progression of that. Non Biori, also in my top 5. That is just straight episodic characters doing things, and they ever so slightly change, and you learn more and more about the characters as the show goes on, and they're not really that. And also, I've now decided to stick the Monogatari series somewhere in my top 5. I'm not sure where.
Become our top 5.
Huh?
Well, because we're discussing.
Yeah, I don't know why we're talking about top 5 now. But Andrew talked about his.
No, we're talking about endings here, and in the way that we see
and
shows.
our opinions on endings. Like,
and
if you look at Andrew's top 5,
I mean, while we're talking about our favorites, one of the best things that does a character getting older and like seeing how older they're getting is Berserk. Yeah. By far, like. Jesus, does he grow?
Yeah,
no, he
and so does
does.
and that's the thing where it's not like my top 5 lacks those things too. Where like again, Fullmetal Alchemist it's a continuous plot, but the character slightly grows in sort of ways where not in Fullmetal Alchemist the original, but in Brotherhood I greatly appreciated that where. In Brotherhood, in the original, it's just the relationship between the two brothers, and you just see as these two brothers work together and grow. But when you get to Brotherhood, the actual original series, it's like everyone points that out. Where in Brotherhood, Ed grows, like in height, where he starts small
and physically grows.
As they they start drawing him a little bit taller because also it's showing if that's in a physical change he's growing, but in a very emotional and like metaphysical way he's also growing morally and stuff like that.
So okay, how does this tie to the MC in Toradora? How do you think he grew over the series?
He didn't.
Okay, Dawson.
No, because going back to Toradora. Going back to Toradora is that, again, it's... I wanted to see things come to a head, and when I got to see... And when you get this whole plot where when you get this whole plot where he's chasing after the red-haired girl, and then it's just dropped, it's just like...
Yeah, I mean, he grows in that, like, he changes who he likes, and he's able to come to terms with his feelings and shit.
Yeah, it's a very different sort of character growth than... my preferred sort of character growth, but I'll still take it.
And then he's like,
he definitely does grow.
Yeah, he does grow in a way, and the thing is he sees his faults, and he realizes that he's like, transporting on like he's.
So one of the things I despised about the show was how many times a character called fucking everything stupid or foolish or, it's like, we get it, teenagers. Everything's dumb and you don't understand anything and the world's so contradictory and
stupid. But I call you wrong all the time, Connor, so.
Oh my god. No, it's not that, like, oh, you're dumb. It's, oh, you're dumb, but also I'm dumb. Oh, and that makes me...
a better person than you.
No. It's like, me doing this makes me dumb as well. And there's never just like, oh, you're an idiot. It's like, oh, you're an idiot, but I'm also an idiot. And like, it's under their breath like 5 seconds later. I don't know. I feel like that's become like a bit of a trope in itself, and it's kind of annoying, but like, I can see why people like it so much.
I like it in some contexts. I think the show handles it okay. I feel like that happens a lot in Origaru, actually. Thinking of... Sorry, Origaru and Bake Monogatari, the whole Monogatari series are both heavily on my... Hyoka, Origaru, and the Monogatari series, and Non. I've been talking about all of these, and I've been rewatching all of these and watching Monogatari series all the way through.
Yo, I'm rewatching my favorite anime with Thomas right now. Like, I get where you... Like, that's where I'm coming at, where I'm literally sitting here like... When you're like, again, like, no, what's next? Get to the... Yeah. And I'm thinking, like... Of like watching character growth. It's like I appreciated the growth of Okabe through the series. Yeah. His change throughout the series, And that did a whole that also used the themes of loneliness, and I appreciated that theme so much better.
Yeah.
Do you guys just want to do a top 5 anime night? Because, like, Jesus, you're chomping at the bit for that.
No, it's because
okay, I think that's the biggest problem with talking about this show for at least Andrew and I right now.
It's because we're greatly comparing this to things that we enjoy.
I'm
I
rewatching.
think you're just mentioning things you enjoy now.
I've been rewatching
all those series.
Like, everything I've been rewatching or watching right now is in my top 5.
Yeah.
Which means I'm really focused. Also, I've been reading, I'm back to reading Index again in New Testament.
Uh-huh.
So even in that sense, I'm also reading something else that's in my top 5, maybe on manga instead of shows. But it basically means that I'm really focused on a lot of shows right now. And as much as I like Toradora, it doesn't make the cut alongside the other things I've been watching. And because of that, I feel like talking about
those things
everything I have been watching and been really into.
No,
because as much as I like Toradora, it's just not at the level of everything I have been watching.
And the same thing with me is that I use everything by a relative basis of I watch a show and then I compare it to what I really like and things that I enjoy.
But I try really hard not to talk about Berserk at every single podcast. So
I don't.
I know. I'm just saying.
Bring up stuff a lot.
No, the reason why we're talking about this is just in the aspect of endings and how like the ending of this was. And again, like I thought about it too, where I went like White Album 2's ending. I despise that ending.
Well, that was just dumb.
and I thought when I was gonna go into Toradora, I was gonna get a similar ending to that in a way, but I didn't, and I was happy. And that's the relative. That's just relative scale of you just take the two things. Yeah. And it's the same thing as we were talking about it before. As we've been watching more things, as you've noticed, our relative score for animes that we've been watching has been dropping per episode.
Well, I think we've been like scraping deeper at the bottom of the barrel is the issue here.
Well, no,
I'll try to get a good show in next week.
If I went back and rated a lot of the stuff we had watched for the podcast before this, I'm pretty sure my scores have dropped for all of those.
Yeah,
again, and I was totally scraping for Demon King as well.
Yeah, the one thing that does make me sad is I committed to Toradora right after Anohana, and I've been rewatching so many different things, and I could have had you guys watch
I literally looked over there. I'm like, Dawson, I see like 4 better anime. I feel like I should have been watching instead of this. We could have rewatched Toragaru.
Dude, yeah. Like if you take any of the things I've been rewatching, like
so much better.
If we watch Non, Connor would hate it, and you probably wouldn't like it that much. But I'd be passionate enough to adamantly defend it.
Great, that sounds fun.
Hyoka is
one that you will not let us watch.
Fucking amazing. I physically won't let you guys watch Hyoka.
I'm just gonna come back after something and be like, hey Dawson, I watched Hyoka.
Me and Connor are gonna have a secret meeting where we're gonna decide to watch Hyoka, and then
you can't watch it together.
And then we're gonna give a verdict on it to each other, and if we like it too much, we're not gonna tell you.
God damn it. Yeah, Hyoka just straight up won't let you watch. I could have had you guys watch Hibeki. I could have had you rewatch Origaru, and Connor.
We just had someone like unsubscribe to us. Like, man, you guys are shit talking my favorite show.
It's like I hate you guys for talking shit about Toradora.
No, I
don't hate Toradora. I just really like Hyoka.
I'm about to upload last week's podcast like today because I finally got all the files and stuff and edited everything together.
Timestamp. Sorry.
But I'm gonna love it when I'm gonna release this next week, and I hope we get 1 subscriber who likes Toradora. Next week,
I hope we don't.
No, but that's the whole point.
Drop.
They're gonna be like, "Fuck you guys."
But that's the whole thing where it's like we could have been watching Horikaru. God damn it.
Yeah.
I kept looking over at your screen. I'm like, God.
I want to be watching that.
I would have been rather watching this.
Yeah.
Because at least we could have sat here for like 10 minutes talking about synergy and teamwork.
We can't watch Origaru
until it's done. Because then
at least until the 12th novel comes out and I read that.
You mean the 11th novel?
No, the 11th novel's out. But the 12th novel's the one we're waiting for.
Oh, really? Has 12 never come out yet? Wow.
Yeah, after rewatching Origaru, I downloaded all of the novels that have been translated so far because I'm gonna read them at some
June
point.
5th. Yeah, I
I meant
told
to ask, how long was there between the two seasons of this? Or it was all one season?
It's all one.
This is one court.
It looks so different between the two. I don't know why.
I think they just improved over time. I don't know.
Speaking of different animations, oh my god, I looked at the...
Yeah, we've beaten this.
We've beaten this dead